Okay. Thanks, Chelsea. I appreciate you for reminding me on that. Okay. Any other big epiphanies right now came from geofarming? Did anybody go, holy cows, geofarming, that's a lot of work. Not sure if that's the lead source that I want to tackle.
Yeah.
But be honest. I mean, be honest. But when you sit down and look at a geofarm, it takes a lot of work. And there's a lot of people that go, hey, I'm going to do a geofarm. Okay, great. How are you going to do it? Well, I'm going to send a postcard once a month.
The thing that got me, I think, and that I've started working on this week was walking around and actually like talking to people in the communities I'm geofarming in.
Right.
So I've been working on that for the last week.
Good.
It's been actually really helpful.
Yeah. Yep. Perfect. And that getting that face-to-face is probably the most crucial piece for people to get to know you and like you. So yeah, I've had, as I've talked to agents, especially outside of Coldwell Banker, they say, hey, I'm farming. And I'll say, oh, well, what are you doing to farm? Well, I send a postcard once a month or once a quarter. And they say, what do you think? I said, you're wasting your money. You are truly wasting your money because people, you're not consistent. You're not showing up in their not being present like you need to do with a geofarm. And so you're not taking them down that know, like, trust paradigm. You're simply just another postcard that shows up in their mail once a month or once a quarter. At which point, how many people get those postcards and of you guys just get them, you rip them up and throw them in the trash? I do. Now, I guess that maybe I'm a real estate agent, but if I get the window postcard, yep, it goes in the trash. It's a numbers game. And so you're just one of those guys. You're another one that rips up the numbers. But now, hold on for a sec. However, if you stay present and now they know you and they like you, and all of a sudden a postcard comes in, they'll pause long enough to maybe have some interaction with that postcard, especially if you choose a postcard that's got some evergreen effect that's going to stick around for a while. So, okay, let's get on to our next. And so we're in week 5 now. This will be the third lead source that we're going to talk about. And I was going to do demographic farm today, but I chose not to. And I chose to do open house. Because what we're seeing here in Grand Junction is the number of open houses are starting to pick up. COVID's pretty much, COVID's over. We're no longer under all these restrictions. So open houses are starting to become a great lead source for you. The open houses take a little bit of time, but they've got some, there's some great principles here with an open house. I will tell you, open house is one of my favoriteest lead sources to use. And so I get really passionate about lead source, about an open house. And so want to teach you some things that have made me hugely successful. I will tell you that I listed a house on Thursday last week. We did an open house Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday was a pretty good turnout. Saturday was a little slow. Sunday, it went like gangbusters. We had probably 25 groups of people come through an open house. So, we'll talk about how to do some lead capture. But let's start here. Let me pull one document up, and then we're going to get to going here. Okay. All right, give me just one moment here. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. I'm going to share my screen now with you. Did everybody find the worksheet, week 5 worksheet, open house? Okay, perfect. We're gonna roll right down that thing, but let me share my screen with my iPad. Share. Don't give me this. It's telling me that I got to do a plugin. So hold on for a sec. All right, here we go. Zoom test Mac. There we go. There we go. All right, everybody see that? Yes, yes. I
Yep.
can't see you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, so here we go. Open houses. Purpose of an open house. Okay, we have to stop and step back and go, why are we really doing an open house? Well, the primary reason for you doing an open house is ultimately to sell the property for the sellers, and we cannot escape the fact that you're actually doing it to give the property some exposure. If you tell a seller, hey, I am doing this to generate business, and you're out there doing lead capture, that's probably not going to go over real well with your sellers. So yeah, you got to understand that the primary role, the very first role that you're doing when you're selling a house is, or to do an open house, is actually selling the house. Okay. The next thing is generating your business, doing lead capture. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you're building your database. Okay. Okay. That is at the end, what you personally are trying to do is, by lead capturing, building your database so you have more people to contact as you go through your career. Open houses have been wildly successful for me. And the reason I really like open houses is because you get that belly to belly, toes to toes, nose to nose. That's what the B2B, T2T, and N to N means. Okay. And what that lets you accomplish is, and you guys are going to, be sick and tired of it, but it gets you the know and like paradigm, right? Ultimately, you wanted to get to the trust, but you're really focused on this know and the like. And when you can get face to face with somebody, they get to know you. And if you can develop a good relationship and have a good conversation with them while they're in the house, they really start to like you. And that ultimately will lead to a trust. I'm going to stop it here, and there's going to be, I want to give you an anecdote that we did. One of our agents and I did an open house a couple years ago, and that we did the method that I'm going to teach you guys. I got a call 6 months later from somebody who said, hey, do you remember I was at your open house? My husband stayed in the car. I came in, I met you. I did a quick walkthrough, but I love the way you did the open house, and I want to hire you to list our house. Okay. So there is lots of success in the process that I'm gonna teach you guys today. All right. So why do people show up to an open house? There is a reason. Okay. Actually, there are 3 reasons that somebody shows up to a house. The first one is if they're a buyer. Now, buyers show up, they're going to come because they are truly interested in purchasing the home. Whether they have an agent or not, doesn't matter, but they are going to show up because they are truly interested in looking at the home. The second one, I call them the neighbors. Right? They're going to show up. They want to compare how their house looks to their neighbor's house, or the house that you're working on selling, that you're holding open. So at the end of the day, people are like, I'll hear agents say, you know what, it was just a bunch of neighbors that showed up to the property. At that point, I go, well, what did you do? How'd you talk to them? How did you lead capture those neighbors? Because those neighbors, maybe they're looking at selling, maybe they're not looking at selling, but at the end of the day, they want to know how their property stacks up to your open house property. Okay. And then the last one, guess what? Yep. There are the looky-loos that just show up. But you know what? I love looky-loos because they're interested in the house. And because they're interested in the house, they're interested in real estate. And if they're interested in real estate, I want to be their first call. So how do I engage them is that, the same way that I'm going to engage the other two, but I want to be their first person. So when the time comes that they're ready to sell a home, that they're calling me. All right. Now, what makes an open house super successful? All right. Well, I will tell you that people have to know about it. That's at the end of the day, how are you getting the exposure for your open house? Well, I will tell you that IQ Office has the ability, they've got a open house function to that. So if you want to know where it's at, just go to your IQ Office, put listings, put open house, plug it in there, and they will help you market that. The next piece is newspaper. At least in Grand Junction, I will tell you that most open houses come out, if they're in the newspaper, and they come out in the real estate section on Sunday or Saturday, whenever the real estate section, but it ultimately gets delivered on Sunday. That's how we get probably the most traction here in Grand Junction. You're going to have to figure that out within each one of your markets. What has the best traction to let people know about the open house. The second one is social media. Social media is another great place. If you've got a great following, then you need to push that out on social media. And we'll talk about shooting a video here in just a little bit. Then again, our MLS has an opportunity where you can put it an open house in the MLS section. And so just notifying the MLS so that other agents know that you're having an open house. Okay. The next way people really see are open house directional road signs. So yeah, you guys all know them. You guys have seen them. That, hey, open house, follow the directional sign. These are great, but you can't just put one or two out. More is better. Okay. The more signs you get out, the more people are going to see it, the more exposure it's going to have, and the more people are going to follow your road signs all the way to the open house. Okay. Yeah.
I just have one little tidbit for agents that are new. So you're probably thinking, I don't have a whole lot of open house signs. I'm really stretched. Remember, your team in the office is here to support you. So number one is, if you're a brand new agent and you don't have a listing, are you asking other agents if they have a listing that you can open for them? Most of them are like, absolutely, because if you bring me a buyer, I win, right?
Yep.
So asking your more experienced agents where the open houses are and how you can support them is great. The second piece, to Jimmy's point on the tools, is that when you go into CBIQ, when I first did my open houses, when I was first an agent, I was super surprised about how professional I looked because I was not experienced. And when you use that open house tool, it allows you to send out a flyer through CBIQ that makes it look like you are the listing agent of the property, but actually you're hosting the open house. So for those little things where you feel like, oh, I'm not good enough yet, the system and the tools allow you to look that much more professional to the people in your market. So know that really using those tools is the key piece in making that work. Just like there is a really cool tool, open house tool in CBIQ, where you put it on your screen when you're at your open house and you let the clients log themselves in with their email address and their phone number, and it automatically downloads right into your CBIQ contacts so that you can start the follow-up the minute you leave your open house. Because I always find that when you take and list people's names on a piece of paper, you can never read the email addresses or the phone numbers. So again, we try to supply you with tools to make you look professional the minute you come here and the minute you walk out the door. So if you have questions about that, get with your AC, talk to your MD. But those tools are really, really helpful, and they make you feel really professional, because I know what it feels like to be a new agent. You're like, okay, there's a million people out there that are better than I am, and here I get to look professional to the client. So just a little heads up on kind of an experience that you can have through going through this process. You matter and you are important.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. But back to the road signs here. Whenever you're using road signs, again, more is better. Start from a major road. Okay. This may be a major road intersection. I've seen road signs that'll start at an interstate off-ramp and take people all the way into an open house. And they hit all the major turns along the way. So you could literally, it's like following breadcrumbs to get to the open house. All right. Another little tidbit is to attach a balloon to the road sign. Now, you'd be surprised that just a simple balloon to the road sign will attract an eye. That eye will jump to that road sign better than not having the balloon on there. We did it this week, and I think we put 7 road signs out. We brought people from 2 different major arteries, and we attached balloons to all of them. And I think we got like 5 or 6 people through that just followed the signs. They saw the sign out there. They said, "Hey, let's go. Let me go look at the open house." Okay. So, all right, those are a couple tips there. Let's keep, we're going to keep moving here to lead capture. All right. Now, I will tell you my personal goal, anytime that I host an open house, is that I have the contact information for 90% of the people that walk through the door. And I'm pretty darn successful at getting this. So 10 people walk through the door, I will have the contact information for 9 of those folks. All right. And this is how I do it. I'm going to walk you through the process. And what I'd encourage you, I'm going to work you through the script here in just a minute, but you're probably going to need to come back and listen to this a couple different times. Okay. So the first thing, I meet the people at the front door with a packet. Okay. And it's actually got a clipboard. A clipboard, a packet. Let me see here. Yeah. So with a packet on, or I'm sorry, let me grab my notes here. Yeah. You should say packet. That is a packet information that is on a clipboard. And I use one of the little small clipboards. And on here is an MLS data sheet. These are the 3 things that I have on the clipboard. Is an MLS data sheet, my business card, and then what we call a home feedback form. And I'll show you guys show you guys this in just a minute. Okay. So here's the way it sounds when they walk through. I'm going to stop share here for just a minute and bring you guys back. So when they walk through, when they walk through into the front door, I greet them at the front door. I say, "Hey, Jimmy Clegger, Coldwell Banker, Distinctive Properties. Thanks for coming to my open house at 123 Banana Street. I'm going to give you a packet of information. And in this packet, I got 3 things. Number 1 is an MLS data sheet. Here you can see that it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot home, built in 2000. And this time of year, everybody likes to know how it's heated or cooled. So right here with all this information, here's, you can see it's got central air, central heat. Okay. The next thing is I'm going to give you my business card. Here you go. Here it is. Go ahead and put it in your pocket. You can pull it out later when, if you have any questions, you can give me a call. The third and the most important piece is our home feedback form. And the home feedback form, I need you, as you're walking around, I need you to fill this out so we can provide direct information to the seller. Now, I need you to fill out your name, email, and phone number. That way, if I have any questions, I can give you a ring. Okay. I don't know if you guys caught it, but that last part is the key right there. I need you to fill out your name, email, and phone number. So if I have any questions, I can call you. I didn't say, "Hey, sign in."
Do I get that form? That form sounds great.
I'm gonna hang it. I'll hang it on the agent
I
folder
love
so
it.
everybody
That's
can go and
awesome.
pull it off and use it.
Feedback
right?
form. That's so great. I love
It's a
it.
super, okay. So now what you've done is you've just pulled this person into helping you with the listing. They're gonna, as they're walking around, they're gonna take a little bit closer look at things. They're gonna be writing in what they like and what they don't like. And then they're going to get down at the bottom and they're going to say, oh, okay, let me see. He asked me to put it. So if he has any questions, you can now name phone. I've got his name, email, and phone number. It's better than any sign-in sheet that you ever use. In fact, I hate sign-in sheets. That I think they're garbage. They don't work. All it takes is one person not to fill it in, and everybody underneath it will not fill it in. Even if you put in some bogus information, that people just don't want to share that with you. However, now you've got a feedback form that you're pulling them into this whole process. Okay. Now, folks, hey, thanks. Here's the packet. Feel free to go walk around the house. I'm going to be kind of here by the front door, by the kitchen. If you got any questions, I can answer those questions for you. You let them go. They're going to now go look around the house. They're going to be filling out the form as they're looking. They're going to come back to you and they're going to have this filled out form, and you're going to pick up the form and you're going to look at it and go, oh, so you really like the kitchen. Tell me more about that. Well, we love the spacious kitchen. We like the granite. We liked we liked the new appliances that it had. It had a super clean, nice feel. Da, 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 da. Okay, great, awesome. It says here that the backyard was a little small. Tell me more about that. Well, we've got 3 kids. They're not here. They're with grandma right now, and we're just looking for some great space to be able to grow our kids. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that perfect. So, do you think this house is for you? Well, no, because we're really looking for a bigger yard. Okay, awesome. Number of bedrooms, everything else looked pretty good except for the yard. Is that what I'm hearing? Well, yeah, but we would really like I would really like a little bit bigger laundry room too. Okay, perfect. Okay. Folks, what I'm doing is they're walking out the door. I'm doing a buyer's consultation before they even walked out the door. And the entire time I have flipped the buyer's I've flipped this sheet over, and I'm just taking notes as I'm talking to them.
Great.
This is the key now. Okay. At some point in there, you can slide in the question, hey, are you working with anybody? If they say, nope, we're not working, we're just out looking. Okay, perfect. So let me ask you, Bob and Betty, if I could find you a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a great kitchen like this, with a little bit bigger yard, would you be interested in going and taking a look at it? Well, yeah, of course. Okay, perfect. Flip it over. Okay, good. I've got I've got your email and phone number. So I'm going to go take a look, and I'm going to contact you tomorrow. And hopefully I've got that right answer, and we can go take a look at some houses that meet your needs. Okay. That's why I love the open house. Yeah. Now you will get people that will, they're savvy, and they'll say, hey, I'm not going to put my contact information down there. Okay, good. Let's keep talking. I'm going to keep asking questions to where I've done the buyer's consultation to them, to where I can get to the question and go, hey, if I can find this right house, I want to take you out to take a look at it. Well, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, let me flip it over. Oh, so I see I don't have your email and phone number. What's a good phone number that I can call you at? Right. Okay. Because if I find that right home, I want to email you the listing so you can take a look at it before I call you. What's a good email here that I can reach you at? Write down the email. Folks, you have just got their contact information. You have just done a buyer's consultation. You know what they're looking for. You've listened to them. They've given you feedback on the home. Now they walk away from the home going, holy cow, that guy's listening to me. And you've just picked up more prospects. You picked up a potential buyer, which may lead into a sale of a home. all because you're asking some of those leading questions. You're letting them, you're letting them chat. Okay. Any questions on that? Did anybody have any epiphanies there? Did anything just go, that was amazing?
I like the script.
What's that?
It can be very helpful.
Good.
But the clipboard with the script, I think, is going to be very helpful.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
I like the
Go
I
ahead.
like the idea of having that sheet to have them fill out instead of doing a sign in, because I feel like most people really don't ever
Right.
fill out sign in sheets. They just walk right past it.
Right. Okay. So if you're looking at your sheet right now, upon completion, do a buyer's consultation. Okay. Now, because I want to stay here, I'm just gonna fill out the sheet, and then I'll jump back on and still keep filling it out. My success comes from this home feedback form. And why is this home feedback form so important, and why it works so well is, number one, it's a conversation starter. Okay. So many times people don't know how to start a conversation. They don't know what to say. Well, guess what? As a new agent, somebody walking through the house, you're like, what do I ask him? What do I say to him? It's all right there on the form. And it's a common information piece that you guys can look at that person and go, oh, so you like the kitchen? Tell me more, and let them talk. So you don't like the backyard? Tell me more. Well, it should be bigger. Great. Whatever that is, they're allowing you to start the conversation, and it's not like a cold call. It's not like you're trying to fish for information out. They're telling you what they want to talk about, and all you got to do is just talk about it and fish more information out. The second one is it captures the contact information. All right. Like I said, if you use that form, if you use that phrase, hey, fill out, or please put your name, email, and phone number on there, so that if I have any questions, I can call you. Now they've got a reason to fill that out. They don't think, oh my goodness, he's just grabbing my information so he can put it in his database and start spamming me. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're going to do. We're going to take the information, we're going to put it in our database and put them on a drip. So we take them down this know, like, and trust paradigm, right? But now they've got a reason to fill that information out, so that they're going to gain some measure of value from you. Okay. And then the last one is it captures what's important to the prospective buyer. We got 2 years.
Can I interrupt?
What's that?
Can I interrupt with a question?
Jump in. Yeah, go for it.
So 2 weeks ago on my last one I did, I got absolutely skunked. I mean, it was mainly a lot of neighbors looking through, and I mean, I couldn't even get them to fill out the feedback, not even their contact, but even just the feedback. I got a bunch of blank ones back.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. Good question. So then I pull it, they're getting ready to go out the door, and you go, oh, okay. So give me your name again. Bob and Betty. Yeah. Okay, great. Perfect. Bob and Betty. Okay. You're a neighbor. Where do you live? Well, we live 2 doors down on the right. Okay, perfect. 2 doors down on the right. Because so I can go to the county assessor page and figure out exactly where they live, right? You just need their name. Okay. Okay. So Bob and Betty, I appreciate, I see you didn't fill anything out here. Tell me what'd you like best about the house? Well, we like this, we like that. And okay. How's this different than your house? Well, it's different. We got more upgrades, or we got less upgrades. This is greater, this is better. Okay, perfect. Anything you really didn't like about the house? Well, I didn't like this, this, and this. Okay. Hey, that's a fair statement. Good. Are you thinking about selling in the future? No, we're going to be here, until we die. Okay, perfect. That's fine. Hey, anything that that we could do better for to get this house sold? Well, if you did this and you did that, well, that's a great, great question. Yeah, or great suggestions here. Let me take a look at this. So, Bob and Betty, I'll tell you, I want to keep you updated as this market, as we get this house sold. I can do a couple ways. I can come knock on your door, or I'd love to give you a call and just give you a quick update on what's going on with the sale of this home. Well, yeah, we'd appreciate a phone call. Okay, good. What's a good number for you? Now I grab their, I grab their phone number. So, Bob and Betty, do you have any, neighbors that, or do you have anybody that might be looking at this place? Well, Tom and Joanne, that they're good friends with us. They live in Denver. They might be looking at it. Okay, great, perfect. Hey, Bob and Betty, I'd love to email this to you. What's a good email so you can send it to Tom and Joanne? Right. In all of this, I am trying to provide some level of value to them, and that's why I need their information. Right. And if they come back and go ahead. Question.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Is having like a giveaway a good idea? Like if I have a $50 gift card to a popular restaurant and say, hey, I'm doing a little giveaway or a drawing later. If you want to sign up, put your name, phone number, email down here, and we'll do a drawing by the end of the day. I'll let you know if you won.
So I think, yes, that is definitely that is definitely a reason why for people to, another way to grab their contact information. Yes, you can do that. Are people going to show up to an open house because of a giveaway? Probably not. But while they're there, if you've got something that is of value, a $50 gift card, hey, let me buy you dinner at a good restaurant. All I need is your name, email, and phone number so I can contact you. Yes, that is definitely a good way to capture that contact information. That's a little bit of me personally, I like to at least have the conversation with them so that I walk the dog with them, really, so I can get to know them. They get to like me and ultimately to trust me in the future.
Hey, Catherine,
yes.
Suzanne, I think your giveaway is a great idea. That what I would challenge, I think Jimmy's, and I agree with Jimmy, and his point is really well taken, is you don't walk away with any connection with the person. They just put that stuff in the bucket, right? And then they hold on to it and you pull a winner, and you have maybe one chance to communicate with one person. On his checklist, what's really nice is that you're developing a relationship. Like he said, it's a buyer's consultation. So you're moving that contact from A to Z by taking the next step, and you're going to a warm lead, where the drawing is just kind of ancillary. So I think you can do it, but I don't know if it will give you the bang for your buck, which is trying to make contact with more people. Imagine you have the checklist and you have 4 people that you talk to, and you end up with 4 buyer leads. That's
I was thinking doing it in addition to what we talked
you
about.
can do it. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
I think when we talk about tools, we want to look for things that can support you in getting where you're going, right? So, and I think Jimmy has the experience, so he's probably tried that, and maybe it hasn't been as successful as you want. So just remember, you only have so much time, and you want to have the biggest impact to make a real connection with a real client for the future.
Yeah,
that's where he's at.
Yeah, we've done wine giveaways, we've done ticket giveaways. None of them get people to the open house, but it is another way to capture the information.
Jimmy, I have another question, and you kind of hit on it. Is I've experienced a ton of people coming through who they are looking, like their parents looking for their kids.
Yeah.
And I've found it very difficult to try to get to that buyer lead through that person.
Okay.
So what do you recommend on dealing with that? Yeah.
So I'm continuing to ask the question why, right? Okay, so tell me more. So if this is a role play, they're going to come through the door and say, hey, listen, I've got my kids, they're looking for a house. Maybe they're moving from Denver, or maybe they're local. They just can't get there. Oh, that's great. Tell me more about your kids. Oh, well, they've husband and wife, they got 2 little ones. They've got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. Yeah, they're probably pretty busy. Where do they work? What do they do? Right. I want to go deep on the kids. I want to know about the parents, but I want to go deep on the kids. I want to continue to know more about them. I don't really ask about the real estate piece of it. I want to get to know the kids because I want to get a feeling for what they're really looking for. So I think a lot of times agents want to try to close very quickly. They want to try to sell the house very quickly. No, I'm more about building the relationship first, getting to know the person or getting to know the kids first, so that when they walk away, they go, oh, Jimmy was super interested in us as a unit, not so much as just trying to get the home sold. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but then how do you establish that connection with those actual buyers, not just through their parents, unless their parents happen to hand you off to them?
Yeah, at some point you go, hey, so tell me about the kids. Are they talking to a lender by chance? No, they haven't got started with the lender. Okay, cool. Hey, I've got I normally give out three names or 3 different lenders and have people shop around. I would like to be able to give the lenders your contact information or their contact information. What's a good number to reach them at?
Okay.
So that's a way to do it. You're providing value. And you're going to kind of have to read that one, and there will be a right point in the conversation where you can go, hey, let me give them some recommendations so that we can start the process. Or another way to do this is, okay, so Bob and Betty, so Tom and Joanne are their kids. So, hey, Bob and Betty, okay, super great. I'm excited to work with Tom and Joanne. Okay. Do you notice the assumptive language that we've talked, right? I didn't give them an option of saying no. It is, hey, I'm excited to work with Tom and Joanne. I would really like to sit down with them and do a buyer's consultation and help really to help them take these next steps forward. What's a good phone number I can call them at? Once again, I'm providing value. I'm excited to work with them. I want to move this relationship to the next level. Notice I didn't say, can you give me a phone number? Can you give me their phone number? Would you please give me their phone number? No. What is their phone number so I can contact them? Didn't give them an option. I just asked for it straight away. I think you guys, you can't be afraid. You can't be timid when you're reaching out to these folks. You're coming from every one of us is coming in from this genuine, sincere place that we want to help people. But if you sound timid to go, well, do you think they would be willing to talk to me right now? Or, hey, would you mind giving me their phone number? Or, hey, can you share their phone number with me? The answer is going to be no. The answer is going to be, well, not yet. They're not quite ready to move forward yet. You just missed the boat. You just missed the opportunity. You need to ask it, what is their phone number? Because I'm going to reach out and I'm going to contact them and I'm going to set up a buyer's consultation for them so that so I can get them moving in the right direction. That, hey, they might not be ready right now, but let's get the process started so that when the time is right, they're ready to go. And in this crazy market that we have, you need somebody in your corner that can be your coach.
Thank you. I like that.
Does that make sense?
Perfect.
Good. These are good questions. Any other questions, guys? Okay, good. I'm going to share a screen real quick since we've been talking about the home feedback form. Hey, everybody see that? There is the home feedback form, and I'll hang this on in you guys's folder here, but it is super simple. This is where, name, email, phone number up front. Hey, tell us what you think about all of these qualities. What did you like most? Do you have any suggestions? What would you price it at? Right. Super simple. Frankly, I'll be honest with you. Let me be brutally honest with you. This is a conversation starter. What they put on there is good stuff. It's their opinion of the home. But this is just a conversation starter to be able to develop a relationship with them. That's really all this is for me. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right, let's get back on to our notes here. Share my screen. Let's go there. Share. Okay. All right. Now, when you're in the open house, these are, we've talked about catching them on, as they're going out. Let's just talk about a couple things that you can do in the open house. Number one, I like to have a little bit of food. I like to have some bottles of water out. You got a nice charcuterie tray. It gives some, as people are walking through the kitchen, gives them a chance to snack on something. They might pause, give you an opportunity to chat with them. I've also gone in and get there a little bit early and have cookies baking. And those cookies go right onto a tray that people can eat. The smell of baked cookies. Is amazing. People love it. It just makes the house smell homey. On occasion, if I've got a really nice listing and I'm going to be there for a while, I've actually started chicken noodle soup when I've been at home, and I will, bring a pot of chicken noodle soup and have it just going on the stove. I've heard people doing like jambalaya, so it smells good. It smells inviting. As people are walking through the house, you give them a little bowl and say, "Hey, go enjoy." Especially if it's a cold, blustery day and you've got a big pot of homemade chicken noodle soup sitting on the stove. As folks walk through, and you give them a little bowl and they're out walking around, they've got to come back to you and they're going to go, "Oh my goodness, that was amazing chicken noodle soup." And you go, "Oh, well, what do you think?" All of a sudden you got another conversation starter where people will pause. Again, they're getting to know you, they're getting to like you, and ultimately to the trust phase. Music is nice. Little soft jazz music in the background breaks up the silence. So definitely use that. Right. Another piece here that you really need to know as you're going through this is, what's the market information, right? Know what has sold in the last 6 months. They're looking at you to be the market experts. And if you can share that information in your conversation, that just it proves that you become the authority to them for that house, for that particular neighborhood. Especially if you've got neighbors, because I guarantee you those neighbors are going to know what's sold. So in fact, they may even have a little more information that you have. So be prepared for that. But as people are walking through, you have the ability to share, "Hey, this is what's sold. This is the average sale price in the neighborhood." But you have all that data in your head. Okay. Let's talk about some timing. Again, we talked about how do people get to know that you have an open house out there. Here's a couple ways to do it. 6 days out, you can put a flag and or a sign with a date and time of the open house. Feel free, put that in at the front of the house. 5 days prior, get it into the local newspaper. 4 days out, make a video and post it on social media. "Hey, Jimmy Clager, Coldwell Banker, Distinctive Properties. I want to tell you about my new listing at 123 Banana Street. Absolutely beautiful 3-bedroom, two bath. Come take a look at it. I am holding an open house on Sunday from 2 to 5. I would love to see you there." Something simple. Click it, do it in front of the house, and then splash that all over social media. Okay. 2 days prior, I need you to go out and door knock the neighborhood and invite every neighbor to the open house. Hey, come on by. We're doing an open house. This is a little there. You can do a special neighbors time. So, hey, you knock on the door. Hey, Jimmy Clay or Cole Banker. Hey, we've got 123 Banana Street. Your neighbor, 123 Banana Street is just listed their house. We're doing an open house on Sunday. We're going to do it that we're going to have it open from 2 to 5. However, we're doing a special time for just you neighbors, and that's from 2 to 3. And then at 3 o'clock, all the rest of the people can come in. So we're doing something special for you guys. Come on by. We're going to have, and just for you neighbors, since you guys are walking home, we're going to have, maybe a couple bottles of wine there if you want to do a little bit of wine tasting from, you name the local vineyard in there. So any way to get the neighbors in so they can take a look at it. Once again, if they see how you are doing an open house and how successful you are with your open house, what's to say that they don't hire you when they get ready to list their house? Okay. There's an R there. Okay. And then the day of, I will tell you, you want to be set up at least 30 minutes prior to the published start time. And why do I say 30 minutes? Because if you've got an amazing house, people will start showing up early. They want to be the first ones to walk through the door. Okay. This next piece, this 3-day open house concept. This was an epiphany that I just had over the weekend, so I wanted to share this with you. We put the house on the market on Thursday. Friday we did an open house, and the people that we saw that came in were on our MLS search. So these are the folks that it immediately alerted as soon as it went on the MLS on Thursday. They've contacted their agents. Their agent said, "Hey, there's going to be an open house on Friday. Go take a look at the house." So all the folks, it was 100%. I think we had 8 or 9 people through. Every one of them had already had an agent, but that's okay because they were able to get in and see it early, and now it's under contract with one of those folks. Okay. Saturday. Go ahead. Question.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. Saturday, it was a little bit slower day because it wasn't that the paper hadn't been delivered. So it was more folks that were following the signs to the open house. And then on Sunday, we got somebody. If you can mute yourself, that'd be great.
From the ladies, yeah.
Let me see if I can. There we go. Okay, got her muted. Okay. Sunday, though, because it came out in the newspaper, it was a bombshell of a day, and we had about 25 people through, 25 groups of people through. Okay. So advertised in the newspaper. Okay. And then the day after, follow up with every one of the leads that you come across. Okay. What are your questions?
What are you talking about, excuse me, in your follow-up the next day?
Yeah, great. Guess what? You got that home feedback form, right? That's your talking points. Hey, Bob and Betty. Hey, okay. So tell you what, I told you that I was going to go look at the MLS to see what, to see what you're looking, kind of find. I found this house and this house. I emailed them to you. Did you have a chance to take a look at them? That's one. Okay. Hey, Bob and Betty, you came through the house. I know you're not interested in purchasing right now, but I just want to tell you thanks for coming by my open house. I have just one more nugget of market information I just want to share with you. Here it is, blah, 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 blah. Do you have any questions I can answer now that you've been through the open house? I'll let the conversation go from there. But sometimes just a simple thank you thanks for coming by the open house, especially for the looky-loos and the neighbors that aren't necessarily looking to sell or buy at the moment. Just simply saying thank you. They know you, they like you. All of a sudden, okay, I'm getting a follow-up from this guy who I just went to the open house with. Pretty solid individual. They've given you their name, address, and phone number, or name, email, and phone number. You put them on a drip, and you put them on in the top of the funnel, and you look to contact them in 3 months. 3 months later, hey, Bob and Betty, hey, I'm just reaching out. You came to the open house for your neighbor 123 Banana Street several months ago. I'm just following up to see how you guys are doing and seeing if you have any real estate questions. All right. Those are the kind of follow-ups that produce maybe in a month, maybe in 3 months, maybe in 6 months. It may be 5 years before you get a follow-up or you get a response from those guys. But guess what? That's okay, because you've nurtured them along the entire time. Good question, Braden. What other questions you have?
Thank you, sir.
Any others? All right, good. Let's go around the horn. A couple takeaways here. Shelby, what jumped out at you?
I just never heard about the packet idea before, and I loved it, and I can't wait to do an open house now to use it.
Good.
When it comes to putting together your packet, I was just thinking about how I would do that. Do you put all the paperwork in folders, or do you just clip them
No.
straight to a clipboard?
I get one of the half-size clipboards, one of the skinny ones.
Sure.
And in there, it's got I'll have like 6 of these, all pre-made.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my next question. Okay.
Yeah, so they're all sitting there ready to go. They all have the MLS data sheet, the home feedback form, and a business card on it, and then a pin. So,
Okay.
so when they walk through the house, when they walk through the front door, hey, Jimmy Clay, Coldwell Banker, hey, I'm going to give you a packet, and then I'm going to let you go walk around. So now they know, okay, this is what the expectation is. All right, let me go through the packet with you real quick.
Awesome.
Here's this, put it, here's my phone. And I love this one. Here's my card, put it in your pocket. Guess what? If they put it in their pocket or put it in their purse, they're not going to leave it anywhere.
Sure.
You just told them to do something so that when they get home and they empty their pockets out at night, that your card, falls out into there. Now, if they trash it after that, that's okay. But still, they got it home. They didn't leave it in the house. Okay.
Hey,
Awesome.
Shelby, one of the things that's out there just for you guys to know when you're new, when you go to CB Desk, I know you guys have that ability to get into the Coldwell Banker system. There's a tile in there that you can select that's called Express Docs. And it'll allow you to order folders and pens and pads and things that will assist you that have labels on it with our customized label on it. You can put your own address for your own office and you can order that. And it's another just way of making yourself feel professional. Again, you're like, how do I do that? I'm new. I don't know how to set the tone. And you may have to buy a little bit more in bulk, but then you'll have it for a much longer period. And they make a really cool white glossy, folder thing, and it looks really professional. So you can also use it for your listing presentations. But that's resource there is really great, and the pricing is really wonderful. So something for you guys to know if you're looking.
Awesome. Thank you, Suzanne.
Yeah.
Good. Nick, give me a takeaway.
I really liked the what would you list it for? I haven't found a tactful way to ask, hey, do you have any idea what's happening in the market today?
Right.
And that just helps me get my finger on the pulse of that.
Perfect. Yep. Good. Peggy Lou.
I love the idea of that feedback form too.
Yeah. That once I started implementing that was an absolute game changer. I can't tell you how successful that people there's another I forgot to talk about it. Suzanne touched on the IQ open house manager, hey, sign in this information. I actually signed up for this one called Open House Pro, where you can put it on your tablet and then people can, put their name put their name, phone number, email in there. It was incredibly clumsy. I would have people come in that were not savvy, not tech savvy. And they were having a hard time like punching around on the iPad, and it just didn't work. So I've tried the sign-in roster. That didn't work. And so when it came right down to it, if I have that open or that home feedback form, that has been the best at capturing all the contact information that I need. And on top of that, it makes it super easy to ask for the information in the conversation. So good. Kate,
So that's why you're
yeah, go ahead.
That's why you're teaching the class. You're awesome. That was like the tool. So great job. I had never heard anybody, and we go through a lot of classes and a lot of corporate classes, and nobody suggested that. So
Good.
Super happy for that form. I think that's really great stuff.
Good. One more takeaway, and then I'll let you guys get back with your day. Katie, any and great takeaway, any epiphanies?
Oh, yes. I heard Monday, so this is my third day. So
Okay.
I thought open houses were more about selling the house, and I didn't realize what a great opportunity it is to make relationships. So
my
that's
goodness.
amazing.
Yeah, you have to go into an open house with the intent of I'm gonna make 20 new best friends in the next 3 hours. I mean, if you go into it with that mindset, if you get up and go, okay, I'm ready to go. Okay, I'm gonna make 20 new best friends in the next 3 hours. Your mindset will be so much different as people come walking in the door. So much different. And people will be excited. They'll be excited to engage you. They'll be able, even if they say, you know what, the house sucked, they like you, right? Yeah, you might have like a piece of crap house, and I've done some open houses, that are just they're ugly, and people walk through the house going, oh, we really thought this looked a lot better. Yeah, okay, great. Well, what can I help you with? And because they love you, they want to, they'll ultimately stick with you. It's got so much benefit to it. So, all right, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you got it, I'll hang the feedback form there on the folder there, so you guys have got it. Other than that, go be rock stars this week, and I look forward to next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Hey,
Thanks,
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
You.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy, can you add me to that folder? I do not have that.
Yeah, I can. Let me.
Can you
thank
add
you,
me
buddy.
to it also, Jimmy?
Okay, hang tight here. Both of you hang tight for just a minute. I'm going to do it as we speak.
I need it too, actually.
Okay, hang tight. I just want to make sure that I get your names in here and emails in here correctly. So launch coaching, agent coaching, launch coaching agent folder. Okay, Braden. Braden, we said Gmail.
GJ@gmail, yeah.
Yeah, Braden Weiss GJ. Okay, gotcha. All right, perfect. Todd. All right, ASR. Todd, what's a good email for you?
Just todd.razor@caldwellbanker.com.
So Todd.razor at Coldwell Banker.
Yep.
Banker.com.
Yep.
Okay, got you there. And then Sarah, what's your email?
It's SARAH RIDER, Sarah Ryder, RIDER 744@gmail.
Okay, perfect. Gotcha.
Me too, Jimmy.
Nick, you need on there too?
Yes, please.
Nick, what's your email?
First name, last name @Gmail. No dots or anything.
BOULETOS.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gmail.com. All right, there you are. Okay, guys. Boom. Sure.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all got email.
Thank you,
All right.
Jimmy.
You
Have
guys.
a good one, Jimmy.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.